Hello everyone and welcome to another real estate video. This is a very serious video. Please don't look at my childish hair where I look like a 6-year-old boy with my curly locks. The gel ran out, okay, I went a little light today. Anywho, it's a serious video because today we're talking about real estate, but we're talking about something different. So for those who have not watched me, let me introduce myself because I forgot to introduce myself. My name's Javier Vidana and I make real estate educational videos to help you accomplish your home goals. But in today's video, I want to talk about something that I've been noticing in the market. So I want to share with all you, my lovely subscribers, whether you're realtors or not realtors or buying a house or bought a house, whatever, I think this information is relevant to you. So I want to talk about the future of real estate agents and how these big companies that are coming in, the iBuyers as we call them, Opendoor, Zillow, all these other companies now, are going to affect the real estate industry. So you're probably a consumer and you're thinking, well, I don't care what happens to real estate agents or what the future, present, or past of them is. Well, you should care because what's going to happen is if the real estate industry agent or the real estate agents in the real estate industry get affected or change, that means your home buying and home selling experience will change. So you as an informed consumer, regardless if you own a house or you're buying one, you have to be aware of what's happening, what shifts are happening in the real estate industry. So this video will be informative for you as well. And as always, guys, this is my opinion. If you agree or disagree with me, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But this is my opinion from my experience, so you can respect that or take that. Now, let's get to the video. So when you ask a real estate agent what they do for their clients, they like to throw in stuff like fluff. Let's face it, it's fluff. Oh, I really care about my clients, or I treat your business like it was my business, or I treat my clients like family or my friend, or I'm there for you, thick and thin, crying for you, or angry with you, and all that stuff. But if I'm going to be very straightforward with you guys, this is simply marketing. Regardless if the real estate agent is telling the truth and they care about you, or if they're lying about the fact they care about you, it is used as marketing. It's used as a way to something they tell something or somebody to say, yeah, I want to work with that person, or yeah, I want to work with that person again because they actually care about me. So when I'm talking about the things that real estate agents do, I'm not going to include marketing or fluff like this. Once again, a lot of realtors may be offended because I'm saying this, but it's the truth. It's the honest truth. In my opinion, there's 5 things that real estate agents do for consumers, regardless of all the marketing that they do to provide value. And let me break it down for you. With the 5 categories, I can break down the 5 categories with 2 main principles. Real estate agents have experience and they have different commodities to provide to their clients. Now, each one of these, as I'm talking, I will describe with where each one falls, but let's start with number 1. Number 1 is they consult you and give you a game plan. Because they have the experience of doing this so many times with multiple home buyers, they can kind of guide you and tell you, this is the steps you should take, this is the things you should look out for, this is the way how a successful escrow goes, and this is how a not successful escrow goes. So they consult you and they give you a game plan. The second thing is what I consider a commodity. They provide you a list of homes so that way you can go look at them and start narrowing down your home search. Now, in the last 5 to 10 years, this has been kind of shadowed by these online websites like Zillow, Realtor, Trulia, where you don't need a real estate agent anymore to give you a list of houses, right? However, you do need a real estate agent for the item number 3, which is actually showing you access to houses. Access as a fancy way of saying opening the door for you, right? So a real estate agent has a commodity to give you to open doors for you. So that's something that traditionally we have been able to do. The 4th thing that I think is they connect you with quality referrals. Like if you need a lender, they have a lender that they've worked with and they've done a good job for other clients. If you need a home inspector or termite inspector, they have people in their business that they've worked with that do a good job for people. And the 5th and final thing is they provide assistance and guidance through your escrow process and after. And this is probably, in my opinion, what's really the golden part about this, because when you're in escrow, you're very nervous, you're terrified, you're scared what's happening. What if this goes wrong? What if this goes right? And someone who's done this because they've experienced this several times already will be able to help you, guide you. And if there's any bumps in the road, like a bad inspection or low appraisal, they're going to help you manage. So hopefully you win that situation and you can continue. And then once you buy the house, if anything ever comes up in the future, I'm assuming that realtor would be there to help you with anything that pops up. So they give you the guidance as you go through it. So how things have been for the last, I'd say 5 to 10 years, or at least how long I've been licensed, is that we controlled most of these things. The only thing that slipped the grasp of realtors is they can no longer provide a list of houses to you. So what happens a lot of times is if you're a first-time home buyer or you're just interested in starting to get your feet wet with the home buying process, is you start looking at houses. This is natural. If you're looking for cars, before you go start talking financing or the details, you just want to look at the cars and see if it catches your attention. Likewise for houses, if you think you want to buy a house, you start looking for it, you start just seeing online and just start browsing, right? Well, if you happen to find one that you really like, you're still kind of browsing, experimenting, right? You're not really sure yet, but you might want to go look at it in person. So what happens? You hit contact agent on whatever app you're using or whatever website you're using, and now we get approached with our first bad taste of the real estate industry. You get a very a very salesy person that gets on the phone with you, and you just want to go look at the house, but they're going and they're building all these barriers in front of you. They're saying, well, if you want to go look at the house, you have to get pre-approved first, you have to come to my office, you have to come sign a buyer broker agreement with me, and they just start building all these barriers. So it becomes difficult for people to start getting their feet wet and getting a good idea of if they even want to look for a house. This created a position where realtors had power over consumers. We have the access to show you these houses, so you either have to find a realtor who's not going to fight you so much in opening these houses, or you're going to have to meet their demands of meeting them or signing whatever. So what happened is these iBuyers started popping up. So what I call iBuyers, I mean Opendoor, OfferPad, Zillow, Homey, all these other companies that came and they're saying, hey, we'll buy your house for you. They basically are doing what investors have always done. Investors would go to your house and say, hey, your house is worth this much, but I'll make you an offer for this. And you're not going to make as much, but you don't have to deal with the crap of putting on the market, dealing with showings, dealing with open houses. You're going to get it at a reduced rate, and you'll be able to choose when you close. You get the cash and you can do whatever you want. And of course, I'm making my money if I remodel it, but you at least get the satisfaction of just leaving with, you're done. You don't have to do anything. But what changed with these guys is they made it very sexy, right? Now, instead of calling some greasy guy to go to your house, just go on this app, go on this website, find out what your house is worth in 24 hours. And slowly but surely, they started building their inventory with this. And at first, it was cute. I honestly thoroughly enjoyed that if a buyer wanted to go look at an Opendoor house, they can go look at it and they didn't need me to be there. Like if they was late at night or early in the morning, they want to go look at it without me, no big deal. Go look at it and let me know what you think. And for a long time, they started slowly growing their database, but it wasn't really disrupting anything. It was a nice alternative for people who maybe were in more of a rush to get rid of their house, or maybe they just didn't want to deal with repairs and all that. It was a really nice alternative. However, most of the times, if somebody did want to sell their house and they did have some patience, they would probably make 30 to 40 grand more if they just worked with the realtor. So, it wasn't really affecting our business that much. So they kind of disrupted the seller industry, but they really didn't affect it too much. However, they're now coming after the buyer agent industry, and this is what I believe is going to really shift the real estate agents and the real estate industry. What's happening now is that when, let's say you're a consumer and you're wanting to get your feet wet, start looking at some houses, you don't want to call a realtor yet, well, you're going to go on the Opendoor app and find a few houses, and you can access it. It's really cool to use your app. Honestly, you just pull up the app, and if you find an Opendoor house, you can just log in and hit button and it opens for you. You can go in there and you leave and no questions asked. It's really, really appealing. But if you go on their app now, it used to just be their houses, but now it's all the houses for sale. And what's happening now is if you find a house on their app that's not their listing, it still says, go look at the house. You click it, you schedule a showing, you get a showing agent to show up at the house and shows you the house now, and then they go along and do the business. So in essence, you could look at any house on the market with the Opendoor app. And you won't ever, you might see the sign is different, but you'll have the Opendoor experience of having somebody show you that house without having to be sold. And the way they're doing it is they have a brokerage now, and the brokerage is filled with agents who have this app, like it's literally like Uber. If you've ever driven for Uber, you activate saying you're ready, and then if someone wants a ride around you, you'll get a notification saying, hey, so-and-so wants a ride, come pick them up here. You can accept the ride and you can go drop them off and make your money. Well, for this Opendoor brokerage, these agents have the same concept. They'll be living their life, who knows what. They get a ping on their phone saying, hey, so-and-so wants to look at this house. You talk to them, you get their information, you maybe do the showing, you go show them the house, and they get paid a salary of who knows how much an hour, and they leave on a business. If that buyer wants to make an offer, they don't make an offer with that agent. They make an offer with somebody else at Opendoor, their buying team, who knows what. So these agents are becoming more like Uber drivers. Remember this. So in my opinion, Opendoor just removed the number one power that most real estate agents had is, hey, if you want to look at houses, you have to do this, right? Well, now people don't have to listen to them. Like, no, if I want to go look at houses, I'm just going to use this easy app and I don't need you anymore. Do you remember 10, 15 years ago, going to your parents' house, going to the mall, going anywhere, you would get a taxi if you didn't have a car. I would see taxis all over the place, at least here in Phoenix. I never see a taxi now. Why is that? Well, because app technology came out, Lyft, Uber. Were taxi drivers bad? Did they give you a bad experience? Did they give you, were they cheaper? Were they more expensive? No, it's really easy to use Uber. Now this is drastic, but I believe that realtors are the next taxi drivers. Opendoor is only going to continue to grow more and more and more. And what's going to happen is people that just want to look at houses don't want to deal with people trying to sell them, so they're just going to use these apps to just access houses or have someone schedule showing and not have to be worried about being sold. So for the next taxi drivers, does that mean we're all going to go extinct and Opendoor and these iBuyers are just going to take over and be the new buyer's agents? Well, not necessarily. All the taxi drivers are going to leave. If all you do in this real estate industry is show people houses and give people mediocre experiences, let's say like the smelly tax drivers or the ones that charge too much, you're gone. I think there's going to be a mass exodus, not necessarily this year, next year, but maybe next 3 to 5 years. A lot of realtors are going to leave the business, or a lot of realtors are just going to get rid of their taxi license and join Uber. They're going to join a massive brokerage, Zillow, Opendoor, etc. Realtors have been in a position of power, and they use that power to get things that they want out of their buyers. They force them to do certain things that maybe they're not ready for. They push them in situations that they're not wanting to be pushed into. And slowly but surely, this power has been taken away from realtors. Well, now there's no leg to stand on. You can't force someone to do something they don't want to. But buyers as well are partially, and this is why I say you guys are partially need to adjust something, is you have to see that realtors aren't just door openers. We are guides. We are Sherpas. We're here not to just open that door for you. Like, you can get Opendoor to open any door for you. But check this out. When Opendoor opens a door for you, you go look at the house. You get, great, I want to make an offer. Okay, well, Opendoor's going to step in and say, great, what offer do you want to make? What closing costs would you like to make? Are you pre-approved? No, let me send you with an Opendoor lender. Like I said, Uber completely eating the taxi drivers. And right now, if you want a Lyft somewhere, you either get an Uber or Lyft. You don't call a taxi person. But let's just say we lived in a different world where if you wanted to, there's a lot of limousine services around, and if you called around, you can find a really good limousine person that will pick you up. Not only are they going to drive you to where you're going, but they're going to educate you prior. Hey, we're going to go this way because this is the safest way to go, and this way is going to probably cause more delays for you. If we turn this way, then hey, there's educate you. This is what's happening here. This is what's happening here. And by the time you get to your destination, not only are you at your destination, but you feel like you've had a complete experience. Let's just imagine that was free. You just had to look for the limousine driver. Those are the realtors that, in my opinion, are going to survive this. The ones that actually are providing value for their client. And more importantly, they have a source of business that's based off building value and creating value for people. Not just going out there doing open houses, not going out there and door knocking, not going out there and buying, online leads and having a nice real estate or search website. That's not gonna. Zillow is doing that. Opendoor is doing open houses every day for 9 hours a day. You can't compete against that. So I hope I'm wrong. But my prediction is in the next 5 years, a lot of realtors are going to leave the industry, and you guys are going to have a difficult choice. When you're ready to buy a house, you can decide to download an app. You can decide to go start looking at houses without really knowing what you're getting into and just kind of looking. And if you are interested in finding it and making an offer on a house, then you can make an offer and you probably use the system. And it'll be very easy to use. And you might not have the best experience, or you can do some legwork, find a realtor that you like, that actually does care about you and really you have a good connection with, and have them start the process the old-fashioned way. The good news is that there's still going to be some out there. There's not going to be as many. If you disagree with me, I hope I'm wrong too. I really hope that things continue to be the same, but it's hard to neglect the fact that these iBuyers are continuing to grow and they're continuing to bring more value where other realtors aren't. So, for all my consumers, what do you think is happening? Have you already started to see a difference, or maybe you're looking at the market now and maybe you're not even using a realtor, maybe you're using an iBuyer? Or for any realtors, lenders out there who are watching this, what do you think is going to happen? Do you agree, disagree, and what are you going to be doing to adjust to the future market? Am I a crazy doomsday guy, or am I just making crap up? Who knows? Anyways, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're interested, I make weekly real estate educational videos to help you accomplish your home goals. If you're watching this 2 years later and you want to tell me how wrong or right I am, please let me know if I was wrong or right. I would love to know that, and maybe you can send a message to my past self to delete this video because I was wrong. Share this video with someone who might agree or disagree with you so we can have a conversation, and of course, subscribe if you want to watch more. If you're interested in buying or selling a home in the Phoenix, Arizona area, I would love to help you before you go to Opendoor. I'm just kidding. I'll be fine, guys. I think honestly, I'm very blessed to have you guys here having the YouTube channel. I think I'll be okay because I always provide value with these, and I think as long as I continue to provide value, you guys will have someone to confide in. And I think that because of that, I'll be taken care of. But anyways, if you're looking to buy a home in the Phoenix, Arizona area or sell a home, contact me. All my information can be found below. And of course, if you're looking for a realtor in your area, there's a link below so you can fill out the information and get the ball rolling. That's all the time we have for today, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I don't mean to leave this video so gloomy, so cheer me up. Let's put some happy music on and let's get the ball rolling. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.